Welcome to 8 days of love and gratitude as we come together to honor this sacred water that is before us. As you can see, we're in an experiment right now, and we're going to be focusing our love and our gratitude to this water sample right here. My name is Aunty Pooki Lee, and it is such a privilege and honor to be with you today. This is our last day together. We've had 8 days of meditating, honoring water, being in the presence of water, and learning from water. And so today on our final day, we're just going to bring our love, our gratitude to this water sample once again. Now, we host these experiments every month, and they begin on the 11th of every month. It was a vision of Dr. Emoto's. And so the Water Peace Project has been hosting these events for years. And now we're bringing them to you live so that you can participate with them too. So this is a beautiful opportunity for you to love water with our global community all over the world right now. So right now, connected all over the world are water guardians, water protectors, and water lovers. And that might be who you are. Maybe you're just having a new relationship. You're just starting to have your love affair with water. It's really beautiful in the beginning, right? And so you're just beginning this journey of, how to love water, right? Even better than that is, how does water love you? How does water love you? Let's think about that for a moment. Okay, I'm going to take you back to when you were a little person. Or maybe if you're a little person right now, you don't have to go back too far. But take you back to when you were a little person, when you were a child. Let's go into this space of closing your eyes and bringing your child essence in. And I want you to remember how you played with water, how you interacted with water. What were the things that you were doing? How are you engaged with water? What did you love about water? I have some ideas. However, I do not want to influence your vision. I want you to just go into yourself. And I want you to remember when you were a child. And I want you to remember the precious moments that you had with water. Okay? So let's begin. See yourself as a child. How did you play with water? How did you play with water, in water? What were some of the things that you loved to do with water? Just bring your mind back to that time when you were just a child. Can you see yourself? Can you see yourself experiencing wonder and joy and bliss? Now, pay attention to the qualities of water. all of the magic that water offered you when you were just a child. If you're connecting to those moments right now, your heart should just be so full of like, oh my goodness. Okay. So now as you're holding those thoughts in your mind, like how you played with water, I was thinking about, I used to like run in the sprinklers, right? Just running in the sprinklers. I just love that. And then how about jumping in puddles and letting water splash up, or like slapping water and watching all of the, and then if you know how to do this thing where you can squirt water out of your hand in the pool, right? And then how about making mud pies? Ooh, there we merge the earth and water. And what happens? That's how we first learned to cook. We made mud pies, right? We'd go bring them to our parents or grandparents or whatever, right? And but we would play with water. We would delight in water. We would dance in water. We would play in the rain. I can remember on hot summer days when it would be raining outside, so hard, and used to go love and run in the rain and just get soaking wet, and then find these areas where water was just going down really, really fast, and jump on a piece of cardboard and ride that thing all the way down, right? Water. And when we were children, it was play to us. It was like, it was there. It was there with us. Water has always been with us. We came into this earth held in water, right? The sign that the baby is coming is that the water releases from within the mother. The water sign is here. The water releases, the baby's coming. So we come into this world on a water journey. Then think of this. How about even in the bathtub when you were a little kid? Did you love like being in the bathtub and playing with all your little toys in the bathtub? And then we used water like so it cleans our bodies. Of course, we drink it. We honor the sacred source of water. We don't really think about it because that's the challenge, I think, is because water is everywhere and it's part of our lives every day. You know, sometimes we begin to take those things for granted and we stop to see the beauty or the wonder or the joy or the actual gift that we're being given every day. So when you drink water, say a blessing to the water and thank the water. Because when you do, I mean, even if it's just in your glass, you might not think it's a big deal. But in your glass, that water is connected to all the waters of the world. So when you thank that glass of water, you're thanking all water everywhere. So beautiful. And then these little things, these little connections with water will really amplify the water essence within your body, because as you're honoring that water in that glass, you're also honoring your water body, all of the water within your body. So the wonder of playing in water as a child, and then how we delighted in the presence of rain, splashing in puddles, swimming in water. Were you a water baby? Did you like to swim a lot? Maybe you had access to the ocean or went swimming in your pool all the time. But water. And as we grow older, our relationship changes a little bit. What happens is inside of us, that little person, if we're not careful, that little person will grow old with us. No. No. If that's happened to you, it's easy. There's an easy remedy. It's so easy. Go play in water. Now, I mean play. I'm not talking about taking a nice, relaxing swim in water. No. I'm talking about go to your local watershed, or your river, or the ocean. Jump in the water, move around in the water, splash the water, dance in the water, express your joy in the water, right? And because now, not only are your intentions infused into the water, but now you've merged your water body with that water body, and now it's amplified even more. So dance in the water. Splash in the water. Water, if you'll notice too, like when you splash water up, sometimes it creates these beautiful patterns that we see in sacred geometry, right? Because water carries all of this memory, all of this. So I invite you to play in the water. If you have little children, take them to the water and watch them. And then after watching them for a little while, get in the water and play with them just the same way that they're doing. However it is that they're doing. If they're splashing, if they're, whatever they're doing, just restore your connection to your inner child, to your magical, wondrous, divine inner child, and restore your connection with water. So powerful. I have to really thank the Water Peace Project for knowing the importance of sharing water with children. And they've done a beautiful job. You can sponsor a book for a child and have it sent to a child and have that water experience being brought to a little one. They already have a relationship with water, but what this will do for you is it will connect you to them in your water essence. They'll see that, oh, you didn't forget about water. Oh, and they'll know that they can talk about water with you, and you can help them to not lose their water innocence as they grow older, right? So these books are available, and they are a beautiful opportunity to share this water journey and the water message with the little keiki in your community, in your neighborhood, in your family, okay? And also too, it will give you that divine connection with them and an invitation to play with water with them, because every time you're with them, you can talk about water, because there's always so many things to talk about water. There are endless possibilities, endless communications about water, right? And so much of it we don't even know. It's a mystery. Water is the great mystery, right? But what we do know is that without water, life could not exist. So we could not be here. On planets, and they're looking on planets, looking to see if life exists on planets, water is the first thing they look for. So we can see how powerful this beautiful living life force is. And what it brings, it gives us before we've even been able to say thank you. It has already gifted us with so many blessings. So let's take the moment right now. I bet we've really excited this sample up here. Right? So let's just take a moment right now to really hone in our love, our attention, our innocent child, wisdom, divine essence. Focus on this water sample right here. And send love, 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 love. Aloha, aloha, aloha. So much aloha. In deep gratitude, gratitude. Thank you, water. Oh, yes. Yes. Just keep sending that love. Keep sending that gratitude to this beautiful vessel of water. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being present in our lives, in our world, in our bodies. Thank you. Thank you. And one last time is an expression of deep gratitude. And let's together, in this moment, bow to the divinity of this water. All right. How beautiful to be here with you. Water is life. Deeply respecting water will energize you in ways that you can only, I don't even think you can imagine, let me just say. You cannot imagine the gift that water has to offer you once you begin to develop a divine, sacred relationship with water. The gift. The gift. So maybe for you, you don't have an experience of water in that way, a sacred relationship. So I would love to encourage you to just be with water. Maybe before you take a sip, a drink of your water the next time, just sit with your glass of water and just as we're doing here with the sample, send your love and your gratitude to the glass of water just for a second, because the water will know. Water knows. It records. It records. It has memory. That's why when we connect with water, we connect with the divine intelligence, not only of the planet, but of the universe. We say that, in the beginning, there was water. Water was on the earth. That's how life formed, right? Well, we have to also think, now where did that water come from? Well, I think, and this is just my own personal belief, that it already existed in the universe. It was already in the cosmos. It was already there. And something magical happened in the birthing of our planet. Maybe we passed through a very saturated, densely moist region of the galaxy, of the universe. And as the planet in its formation was passing through this wet, like it was raining in the universe somewhere. This is just my ideas, so they're all for play. It's raining and pouring, and our planet in its formation was hurled through this rainstorm, and all of the water molecules just, the earth just sucked them all in, and she just took them into her body. And maybe at that moment is the moment that the earth began to come alive from within her as she's hurling through space in the moments of her magical, mystical creation. And maybe that's how it happened. It's just a thought. But I think that waters were in the universe, that they exist beyond our planet. I personally cannot believe that we are the only place in the infinite of everything that has water. No, it's not limited. It's not limited to us. And so I bet there are stars that are mostly comprised of, what if all the stars were water crystals that were just shining down upon us? Now, I know there's scientific, and I'm like, Pooki, you're getting a little carried away here. And I guess maybe after 8 days of being with water in such a sacred way, this is what happens to you. Water becomes alive to you. Water begins to expand. Your thoughts about water begin to get even grander. Like I said in the beginning, I don't think that we can even embrace all that water has to offer us. I really don't. But just the magic of the potentiality in the infinite universe of all that is possible. Wow. The journey of our earth. Now, I'm not connected with all indigenous wisdom, but there are probably stories held by our sacred elders that speak to this. There probably are, because there is nothing new. All information is being given, it's just, we're recycling it, just like the water cycle to the earth, evaporates, goes into the clouds, comes back down as rain, goes into the earth, comes back, right? And then and somewhere along that process, we have water blesses us when it comes to the earth, and the many forms that it does, it blesses us. Drinking water, bathing, honoring. Water has the ability to generate. It's an amplifier. It generates power. It generates electricity. It does everything. Everything. Water does everything. And so allow your mind to flower and blossom, kind of like a fountain, like a spring. Have you ever sat at a spring? If you have a spring near you, go sit near a spring. So we went to the hot springs not too long ago, and the water, this is like incredible, because the water comes out of the earth at 130 degrees. It's hot to touch. You have to be careful because it can burn you out of the mother. Hot. Right? And then I was just in another place in Missouri, and the water that was coming forth from the earth was cold, ice cold. But what we know is that both of those where the water is sourced from, were held in the mother. Those temperatures are naturally formed from within her. So there's a hot space in the earth that's creating that hot water that allows that spring to come forth, right? And then the coolness of the earth, right? So where this water is moving through, it's cooled. And so it was so amazing, like just the realization of the different temperatures. And I was somewhere where it was very, very hot, and we were outside, but we had these beautiful spigots that were attached to the spring. And so as I turned the handle on the faucet, and the water just began to pour down, it was like liquid love, liquid aloha. I'm getting teary just thinking about it. And so I asked the water for the blessing, because I was really warm, and I just bowed in, watered my head, and she cooled my body. She regulated my temperature, and I was able to restore my inner water. So we are coming to the close. And I want to say, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your love for water. I love how you honor water. And I ask you to please take your love of water and share it with others, because it's important right now. Right now. So I already mentioned before that there are some amazing children's books that you can get from the Water Peace Project. And you can have them sent anywhere in the United States. And so even if you're not living with those little people, maybe they're far away, maybe they're having a birthday. Who's the little person that's having a birthday this week? Send them a book. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to think all the little people in my life, I'm going to give them that book for their birthday. And if I'm near them, I'm going to bring it to them, and we're going to play in water. That's my commitment. All right. So do that. Also know that you can connect with the Water Peace Project at any time. They are hosting amazing events throughout the month. Every month. So many different things that they're doing. Intermittent fasting, all kinds of ways that you can engage in and experience water in beautiful ways to really center and anchor your water journey and your relationship with water. So I invite you to do that too. And I just want to say, as we close, Om Ika Maika Puke Ola. Bless Blessed are the sacred waters of all life. Hanao namea apao, from which all living things are born. Kulo mako akua, we bow to your divinity. Aho ohikie ho o hano hano apale ia oe. Blessed are the sacred waters of all life. Aloha. Aloha nui loa to you. Thank you. Mahalo.